Today we're going to discuss about why you should not be stuck with a 30-year mortgage thinking that you have to pay off your house before you can move on to something else or before you can buy another property. A lot of times we fail to take actions in our life, not because we don't want to, or for the most part it's because we don't have that information, the knowledge and stuff like that. So today I want to break it down for you, and I just want you to understand that you don't have to stay in that house for 30 years that they give you the mortgage before you can buy another property, before you can buy investment properties. There are several strategies that people use to be able to build wealth in real estate. Like I said, unfortunately, some of us, we don't take the actions because we don't know that we can do this stuff, or we don't even know that it's legal for you to do this stuff. So I want to break it down for you and just make sure that you understand that there is opportunity for you. When you first purchased your first property, what was your goal? For you to be a homeowner. But your goal should not stop there. What you need to do is realize that there is what we call house hacking, whereby you can live in that property for the first 1 year, then after 1 year is over, you can purchase another primary residence home and leave that one up for rent. When you purchase that second property, you don't have to put down 20%. What you can put down is going to be minimum 5%, and it's going to be a conventional loan. A lot of us would think that you must have a 20% down payment for you to be able to purchase another property. That is not true. There's a lot of opportunities to build wealth through real estate, and that's one of those that a lot of people don't know, or they don't understand how it works. So after you purchase your first house, please make that not the end of your dreams to be an investor or to own several properties. After you close on that house, make it a goal for yourself that that's just the beginning and that's not the end. It should not be the end for you. Other people have created wealth through real estate, and why should you not do that when opportunity is presented to you the same way it's presented to somebody else? There are also other opportunities like purchasing multifamily properties. Depending on the location where you are, if multifamily properties are available. Multifamily properties examples are duplexes, meaning 2 houses in one, triplexes, meaning 3 houses in one, quadruplex, and more. So if you purchase any of this property at the first time, remember your minimum down payment can be 3.5% or 3%, just depending on the loan that you get. Once you have closed in that, once you have done the closing for that property, you will live in one unit, and the other 3, let's say you purchased a quadruplex, the other 3 units will be rented out. When you qualify for that mortgage from the get-go, you qualify counting the income for the other 3 units. So that means it's even an advantage for you to purchase a quadruplex if you are in a position to, and if you are in a location where quadruplexes are available. So I want you to have that mentality that you don't just have to traditionally purchase a single family property and just be stuck there, be comfortable there until when you pay it off. There are several options that you can do house hacking, and you should not stop there. You should keep going. Once you purchase that quadruplex property, you know what you can do after 1 year? You can repeat exactly the same thing that you did the previous year. Meaning that with your 5% down payment, you can go put it down on another property and you can purchase it. You can live in one of the units. The first unit that you are living in, now you can put a tenant there, meaning the first quadruplex is now fully occupied by tenants. Guess who is paying that mortgage? The tenants are paying the mortgage for it. When you move on to the next property, you live in one unit. After 1 year, you qualify to do the same exact thing. Most importantly is for you to prepare yourself, because you would ask yourself, what if a tenant does not pay the mortgage? As you invest in real estate, there is of course risks that are involved in this. And for you to counter those risks is for you to prepare yourself in advance, meaning that you give yourself some time and say, okay, I'm willing to save some money. I'm willing to do some sacrifices so that I'll have some savings somewhere in case a tenant moves out and I'm not able to get a tenant immediately to replace that one. Or if a tenant does not make their payments and I need to evict them, you would have some cash somewhere to cover the portion that that tenant was covering. Most of the time when you have a quadruplex, the mortgage should be covered by 3 tenants and you might have 1 as surplus or something of the sort. So do not fear or be afraid to venture into those investment, because that way you'll be able to build your portfolio quicker, sooner, and faster. A lot of people are doing it, so why not you? Whenever you have somebody who just graduated college, you know, your kids, your siblings, your anybody, it's always good to start getting into real estate that early, being an investor by doing those multifamily property. Even if it's just a duplex, it's better to have that duplex living in one and immediately you're a landlord renting to somebody else on the other end, meaning that your mortgage is covered by, or half of it is covered by somebody else. So why not do it that way? We tend to make our decisions depending on what other people tell you, but instead we need to have that reality check. Whenever you want to retire, let's say you want to retire at 40 years, 50, 60 years, what do you want to have to your name? What do you want to have that you can transfer to your kids? When we do this type of investments, I call it investments. When we do this type of investments, we help ourselves to retire early, to retire with peace of mind, and also to have something that we can pass it along to our kids. Not everybody was very lucky to have property that was passed down to them by their grandparents or uncles or aunts or even parents. Maybe some of us didn't even have parents owning property from the get-go. So what do they pass down to you? Nothing. But you want to change that and prepare yourself so that you can have a good and a nice retirement and have some properties passed down to your kids. If you have any questions about how to do this, please DM properties and then we'll guide you through and help you from the start to the end. If you have any questions, here always to answer them for you. Elsa here with H-Town Royal Group. Have a wonderful time.